Yeah, well, one thing to note about what Hoj is doing is he's doing exactly what I said 815 needed to do last game, and that is if you are going to play this late game, you need to be offensive and make Bisu play defensive. The reason for this is because, as you can see, he's building up his defenses at his own base while he keeps Bisu in his main and in his natural. And while he does this, he allows himself to get more economic advantage, as well as he allows himself to go ahead and set up defenses for later game, because he knows that Bisu has that powerful attack at around anywhere from, usually it'd be coming about right now, but since he's delayed him so much, it would be sometime in the next couple minutes. And as you can see, Bisu's going for Reaver Corsair, it looks like, and really, with Burrow, that's going to be such a nice strategy versus that. The reason for this being is that he can burrow Hydralisks, Lings everywhere around the map, and I'm hoping that he's going to start doing that shortly. And the reason for that is if he can get burrowed Hydras or Lings all around the base of Bisu, he's going to see where drops are coming, where there's Corsairs are, if Bisu's going to go expand. There's just a whole bunch of different things that you can really use Burrow for. And looks like Hoja is going to get a little offensive here. I think he's just trying to put a little bit more pressure on Bisu. He obviously can't break the front here. There's way too many cannons, a Reaver, whole bunch of stuff, so that's not going to work. And now it looks like Bisu is moving up for a drop, and Hoja definitely saw that with the Ling at Bisu's third, and I think he's trying to move some of these Hydralisks over to intercept this, and yes he is, and he snipes the shuttle. So again, Hoja just playing perfectly so far, really catching Bisu off guard on every aspect of the game. And I gotta say, if he keeps this up, I'd have to say Hoja's got a huge advantage in this. Hoja on 4 base now. He's got his mineral only in the back right corner. He needs to just defend these overlords properly. He's losing quite a few overlords here, which is unnecessary. And if he could just slow the loss of overlords down just a teeny bit so he doesn't have to keep reproducing those, he'd get a huge lead in terms of where his army's at, and probably in terms of where his upgrades are at due to his larger economy. And as you can see, now moving down the map with a ton of Hydralisks, and Bisu doesn't even have speed, so he's gonna have to back up, and Bisu losing more and more units. Another shuttle coming by. I don't know if that's got Reavers or DTs or what in it. I have no freaking clue, but looks like he's heading right into the main / natural, and my guess is going to be Reaver. There we go. So Reaver dropping, and Burrow again proving to be useful here as he just burrows his drones, and now he's going into the main of Bisu here. He's got a lot of Hydralisk. Speed is done for those Zealots, but not a lot of units in the natural of Bisu, and this could be the killing blow for Bisu. I don't know. At the same time, he's dropping the 4th expansion. It looks like Hoja's going to back up and play this safe, and this hatchery is probably going to go down in the back right-hand corner, and that's really unfortunate because Hoja does want to get as many of those bases up and running as possible. And now another drop going down for Bisu in the natural and killing quite a few drones there. So Bisu's starting to gain back some of the ground that he had lost earlier in the game, and this is what Bisu's so good at. And really, I think a lot of this was due to the fact that Hoja had a lot of his army at the front of Bisu, and Bisu knew and was confident in his ability to hold off any attacks, and so he just started harassing the main with basically no units around that area. And now he's moving up with some Zealots, so Bisu being the aggressor now, and if he's able to take out any more, I mean, Hoja's basically not mining right now. He's only got his 3rd mining, which is about to be attacked, and if that goes down, that would be critical, and Bisu actually could move into the lead in this game.
Yeah, Bisu's still playing a little bit from behind, but now he's going to move in towards this third with a bunch of Zealots. Not much to defend there, just a few Hydras which are going to get surrounded and killed, but now Hoja doing a smart job, reinforcing from the back. Of course, with those Hydras ranging all those Zealots, and the Zealots are going to have a little bit of a hard time flying, and the shuttle gets sniped! Oh! On the other side, Bisu trying to use his 3rd as a distraction, now forced to move his Zealots on the side. He was trying to drop the main, and instantly got killed by Scourge, trying to hold the attention of Hojas to that 3rd, but nope, did not quite manage, and using that shuttle, very important. That means that Bisu's not going to be able to continue his economic harassment for a little while, and the 3rd stays. So now Hoja again moving down with a bunch of Hydras, again going to be able to keep Bisu inside, going to be a little bit safe. Bisu meanwhile moving out with the Dark Tempo, but there is a Spore Colony there. I'm not seeing a lot of forces, everything burrowing though, so there is one Hydras to fight off that DT. I'm not quite sure if we're going to be able to manage that. Bisu producing High Templar as well, so he's going to try to get a large army going. Bisu's so good with a Slight Dragoon, Zealot, Heavy, Archon, Templar army, so if he manages to get that going, it is really going to help him out. And of course, he also likes to produce the army with a bunch of forces. They're going to see this. Oh no, Hoja forced Courage there, but didn't quite manage to take out that shuttle. Storm going off, so Hoja's not quite going to be pressured right away with those Hydras. Also pressuring at the main again with a few Hydras, but that's going to be prevented and pushed back with those Reavers. Again, beautiful storms by Bisu pushing those Hydrasks off from the lower left. So Bisu is being allowed a little bit to get this army that it loves, this Zealot, Dragoon, Templar with Reaver in shuttles to help him to support. Meanwhile, Hoja putting down a crap load of Hydras, trying to reestablish his mineral only at the upper right. He really needs to do that because Bisu is at two gases as well as one mineral only, so he's keeping steady in the economics department. While Hoja is not quite expanding as he should be. I think he should take another base fairly soon to try to keep that economic advantage going, but apparently he is thinking of, if not a break, then going for a surround. It has some lurkers alongside as well, and now this shuttle is going to spot it again. Those Hydras are going to fire at that, going to force Bisu to redeploy. Also a bunch of Zerglings alongside, probably to run through the cracks. We're going to see what the shuttle, what it actually managed to do. Anything, no Hydras to defend at the mineral only, no Hydras to defend at the natural either, so the Scarab is actually going to go through, but those Scourge could actually manage to snipe that shuttle if he's not careful. He's going to drop that one Reaver inside of that base, and the shuttle does go down. Meanwhile, High Templar get dropped and managed to get some storms off. So Bisu, despite being in behind, doing a pretty good job here. Gonna lose that Reaver, even though he managed to do a little bit of damage. Takes a few shots on the hatchery, didn't quite manage to take it down. And Bisu now expanding, getting his third. So if he manages to take that and hold that, he's going to be critical. Meanwhile, now Hoja again moving around with those Hydras, trying to exert some pressure. It's just going to be a game for Hoja to try to keep that pressure going. If he manages to make sure Bisu doesn't get too aggressive and manage to take out the third that Bisu trying to establish, he should be able to keep an advantage in this game.
Yeah, one problem though is that Hoja really let Bisu get back into this game when that harassment started a little bit ago, as you saw, and now Bisu moving up to his fourth, and if it becomes again this 4 base versus 4 base, and really I think it's going to be hugely in Bisu's favor. Bisu's got Reavers, which are Reavers and Storm are so good for defense against this kind of unit composition that Hoja's choosing to do. And Hoja's actually going for a lot of lurkers now, as you saw earlier, and he's probably going to try to keep some contains and use those two as defensive units as well, as lurkers are very good for defending and being offensive. But Bisu's just got such a large army now, he's really able to defend these expos, and I think Hoja's at the point where he can't really do any more harassment on these expansions or try to kill any expansions, as there's just too large of an army now everywhere for Bisu. And really it's going to move into the third tech of units, which would be Hive Tech for Zerg, of course, and Bisu already being at about basically the highest tech he's going to go. Besides maybe if he decides to throw in some Dark Archons or something, but that's pretty rare overall. And now, as you can see, Hoja trying to kind of split the map here and make Bisu stay in this area and take more of the map would be my guess. He'll probably try to throw up another expansion, maybe 2 more, would really be his best bet. Offensive expanding Zergs in this type of a game is very, very effective, as he needs to start getting those expansions up and running and make Bisu feel like he's pressured to have to go and attack those, and then he just needs to defend them, get up to his third tech of units, maybe get Ultra Ling going, I don't know what he wants to go for, and then move out. And as you can see, now his little break, or his little contain here at the front is finally going to be broken. The Observer did go down though. He has 1 more, I believe, in that pack, so it's not going to do a whole lot. And now it looks like Hoja is going to move up and maybe try to do some damage. Oh my god, so many storms just tearing through Hoja's army. And Hoja, I think, should not engage in this battle. This is a battle he does not need to fight. Looks like he's going to go for a surround. Tons of storms going off, losing more and more units, but it looks like he's going to be able to kill the remainder of Bisu's army here. At least it looks like that would be the case, seeing that Bisu has a very, very minimal army. A very nice surround. I did not see that coming at all, but a nice surround altogether. And now Hoja needs to take that extra expansion, keep the pressure on, just burrow those lurkers and hold your ground. Just try to not let Bisu get some incredible storms off like he's been doing, and get those Ultra Lings out and start doing some damage with those. That's about his only chance, I'd have to say, at this point, because Bisu's getting to that nasty mode that we all know him for, where he just has so many units, so high attack units, and of course the upgrades are helping him out quite as well. And I think I see on the mini-map now that Hoja did throw down another expansion in the middle right at about the 3 o'clock position. If he can take maybe the 10 o'clock his position as well, then he can feel comfortable, split the map, and start pumping off of that 5 gas, which is just incredible for Zerg. But again, you don't see it quite up and running yet, so it's going to be interesting. The Defiler Mound is going down now, though, Ranshin, so should be interesting.